How's it going, everyone? James Lynch here, back for OddsChecker US, doing my breakdown of Saturday night's UFC 255 main event, which pits flyweight champion Deiveson Figueiredo defending his title against Alex Perez. Now, this was supposed to be Cody Garbrandt and Deiveson Figueiredo. Garbrandt was out of the fight, and so in comes Alex Perez, who was slated to fight Brandon Moreno on this card, and now gets the call up to the main event, and this is going to be taking place at the UFC Apex in Las Vegas. Let's start first with Deiveson Figueiredo, 19-1 record, 9 knockouts, 7 submissions, 3 decisions. He's 32 years old. He's going to be 33 in December, and he's going to have a 3-inch reach advantage in this fight. He's got a 8-1 UFC record, 6 stoppage victories. One of those wins that he has in there is over Jared Brooks in a fight where I think if you go back and look at the scorecards, a lot of people felt like Brooks won that fight, but nonetheless, Figueiredo has looked amazing, especially in his last 2 fights, dominating Joseph Benavidez the way he has in those last 2 outings. Especially the last fight where he made weight, won the title, and just, it wasn't even close. We're talking about Joseph Benavidez, who's one of the best flyweights of all time, and also someone who had a pretty dominant win over Alex Perez a few years ago, but we'll get to that in a second here. But anyways, Figueiredo, I think, is on fire right now, and his stand-up is just something to be seen. I mean, he is really dismantling his opponents here, which has been very impressive. Now, Perez is getting this call up because of his last win. He got a TKO victory over Yusuf Formiga, an opponent that actually has a win over Deiveson Figueiredo from a few years back. Now, Perez won that fight with leg kicks. He actually just chomped Formiga's legs down in that first round. He couldn't get back up. Perez was awarded the TKO victory, a very rare win that you don't see too often in the octagon, but Perez looked very impressive. Perez overall is 6-1 in the octagon, just the one loss to Joseph Benavidez, but outside of that, this guy finishes a lot of his opponents, and he's looked very impressive. So Perez absolutely can win this one. Don't count him out of this fight, but I think with the power, if it does stay standing, I think Figueiredo will potentially knock out Alex Perez at some point in this fight. It is 5 rounds, and that is something new for Perez, who's never fought for a title before, and for Figueiredo, he has been in 5-round fights, but hasn't had to go that long of a fight, in terms of championship rounds, because of the fact that he just won the title in his last fight. So I think the money here is on the favorite, and as it should be. I am going to be picking Deiveson Figueiredo. I think what will happen is this does stay standing. I think Figueiredo will just be a step ahead in his striking, sort of wear out Alex Perez as the fight goes on, and I think you'll see a finish in either the 3rd or 4th round for Deiveson Figueiredo, who will get the win, and I think he'll do so in impressive fashion. So I want to know what you guys think in the comment section below. Who are you picking for Saturday night's fights? Follow me on Twitter and on Instagram at Lynch on Sports, and make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel, OddsChecker US, where you can find my breakdowns every single week, along with some of my interviews every week. So really appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you next week.